because hemoglobin can bind to the oxygen and carbon dioxide. There is a terminology or idiom about red blood cell, Rolex or Rollo. What is the meaning of Rollo? Rollo are stacks or aggregation of red blood cells that form because of the unique discrete shape of the cells in the vertebrae. The flat surface of the biconcave discrete red blood cells give them a large surface area to make contact with and stick to each other, thus forming a Rollo or Rolex. Rolex plural, Rollo singular. You can see here the Rolex view. The Rolex view, the same as cylindrical packet of coins, like this. Okay. All red blood cells into the blood vessel have this structure or this formation or this view. Okay, Rolex. The same as cylindrical packet of coins. Here, a smear of blood cell. You can see here Rolex view, and here, all of them here are Rolex view. The same this one. The same as cylindrical packet of coins. Or you can see in the transmission electron microscopy image in this blood vessel, Rolex, and this view show us Rolex, the same as cylindrical packet of coin. This is one of the important things about blood, red blood cell into the blood vessel. Another important things about blood cell is red blood cell membrane. The same other type of plasma membrane, red blood cell membrane is composed of protein, lipid, and carbohydrate. Protein about 50%, lipid about 40%, and carbohydrate about 10%. The lipid bilayer includes various types of phospholipids, sphingolipid, cholesterol, and integral membrane proteins such as bond-3 and glycophorin and cytoskeleton like spectrin and actin. Red blood cells need to have a flexibility. This Rolex view you can see here. The red blood cell have a flexibility because when red blood cell need to transfer into the small capillary, need to have flexibility because the lumen of a small capillary is so small. Red blood cell need to have flexibility to pass through the capillary vessel. You can see here the shape of red blood cell is flexible, change the form to pass through the small capillary vessel. this flexibility related to this cytoskeleton spectrin. This is one of the important protein as a cytoskeleton, as an intermediate filament for flexibility of red blood cell. You can see in this picture bilaminar bilayer lipid or lipid bilayer here glycophrine protein, here bond 3 and bond 4.2 as a protein, and here this is bond 3, this is bond 4.2. All of these are integral membrane protein. And here you can see a spectrin as a cytoskeleton or intermediate filament related to the flexibility of red blood cell spectrin or actin filament here. All of these components such as lipid bilayer, integral membrane protein, and cytoskeleton keep the shape of red blood cell as a biconcave cell. Okay? There are some clinical application related to the erythrocyte. As you know, in the normal situation in female, the number of erythrocyte or red blood cell in female about 5.4 million per microliter, and in male about 6 million per microliter. And as you know, this normal size of red blood cell or erythrocyte is 7.5 micrometer, and the thickness in the lateral side 2.6 micrometer, and the middle side about 0.75 or 0.80 micrometer. If the size of erythrocyte bigger than 7.5 micrometer, about 9 micrometer, this erythrocyte called macrocyte. If the size of erythrocyte smaller than 6 micrometer, this type of erythrocyte called microcyte. This is macrocyte, this is microcyte. Macrocyte and microcyte. Smaller than 6 micrometer and bigger than 9 micrometer. Various size of red blood cell called anisocytosis. In some pathological condition, for example in the cancer, if you evaluate the blood cell for cancer patient, you can see the various size of red blood cell. This is the sign or the landmark for recognize some clinical application related to the red blood cell. Various size of red blood cell called anisocytosis. For example, some red blood cell bigger than 9 micrometer and some red blood cell smaller than 6 micrometer. Macrocyte and macrocyte and microcyte, or macrocyte and microcyte. This is various size of red blood cell called anisocytosis. Another terminology or clinical application related to the erythrocyte is polycythemia or erythrocytosis. Polycythemia and erythrocytosis means increase the number of red blood cells more than 5.4 million per microliter in female and more than 6 million per microliter in male. This condition or clinical application called polycythemia or erythrocytosis. It causes of bone marrow to make too many red blood cells. Okay? This is polycythemia or erythrocytosis. This pathologic situation related to some disease, for example, cancer and some clinical application related to the blood tissue. Another terminology or clinical application is anemia. Anemia means the number of red blood cells less than 5.4 million per microliter in female and less than the number of erythrocyte less than 6 million per microliter. This situation or pathological condition called anemia. Anemia is a condition in which the lack of enough healthy red blood cells to carry adequate oxygen. Okay? All of these are clinical application related to the erythrocyte, about size, about the number of erythrocyte or red blood cell. Another cell into the blood tissue is white blood cell or leukocyte. Okay, white blood cells and leukocytes are classified in two main groups. One, granulocyte, another one non-granulocyte or agranulocyte. Non-granulocyte or agranulocyte. Okay. Agranulocyte means negative or don't have granule. A means non-granulocyte or agranulocyte. And granulocyte. The granulocytes, which include neutrophils, eosinophil, and basophil, have granules in their cell cytoplasm. They also have a multi-lobed nucleus. As a result, they are also called polymorphonuclear leukocyte. Polymorphonuclear leukocyte because these type of leukocyte have multinucleate nucleus called polymorphonuclear leukocyte. Polymorphonuclear leukocyte means multinucleate nucleus. Multinucleate nucleus means more than one lobe into the nucleus. And these type of leukocyte have granule into the cytoplasm. Neutrophils, eosinophil, and basophil. Another type of leukocyte is agranulocyte. Okay, I need to correct this one. This is agranulocyte, non-granulocyte. I corrected. This is mistake.